Hello everybody, I'm back from Halloween vacation. Alright, so today I had this all nice, but somebody has changed this to welcome Rancancook. So I just want y'all to understand cancel culture is out there. It's going to try to hold us all down, but we can still do it. So my new hashtag this year is going to be Rancan2020. So I can cook it, and we're going to knock it out today. So today is meatloaf. Claude is actually off today, so Claude Vision. So I have Tuscaloosa's most eligible bachelor with me, Seth. He's hanging out with me today, and he will be assisting me. So today we're doing meatloaf. Now meatloaf is it's very easy. I make it very simple. I don't put a bunch of bell peppers and onions in them like a lot of people do. So what I like to do in case we catch a run, I can get these off fast. And if you've ever tried to wash some type of hamburger meat off your hands, it can be kind of tiring and take a little while. So I usually wear gloves here at the station in case we catch a run and we take off. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to show you the easy way to make meatloaf. Most guys like it. I kind of lean away from heavy as far as a lot of beef because just not a big fan of it. So I actually mix mine. So I used to call this the 50-50 meatloaf, and it's half turkey and half meat beef. So today I'm leaning a little bit more towards the regular. We're going to use a little bit of milk. I like to use Progresso Italian crumbs. Breadcrumbs are good. And I just use the seasoning, some eggs, and we're kind of good to go. We'll mix it all up, and I'll show you how you make the loaf, and I'll take a picture of it after it's over with, kind of show you how it works. All right, so a couple things to kind of keep in mind. Number one, we don't want to contaminate the entire kitchen. So like I said, I got gloves on today. I also went ahead and put my breadcrumbs in the container like this, so that way if I have to touch it again, I don't have to mess this up and it's going back in the cabinet. If you look right here, I've sprayed my pan as normal. Using a little olive oil. I like olive oil spray. So this is really simple. This part's simple. I just take these. I like to get the low sodium version. McCormick's makes the low sodium. And it's kind of got the little peppers and spices in it. You can also do this with bell peppers and onions. And I would recommend bell peppers and onions. They're good. But some guys don't do well with them. They give them indigestion, so I don't cook them. But note to self, if you do want to do some bell peppers and onions in your meatloaf, cook them ahead of time. Don't stick them in there unless you like crunchy meatloaf. So don't put them in there. Make sure you pan fry them first, kind of saute them, and then you can mix it in. I do it that way too, but we're just going to make it the easy way. So what I did 2 packs here. I'm going to bust a few eggs real quick, and we're going to mix this all up. Costs for about 2 pounds per pound. I've got about 3 pounds. You know, we do about 8 ounces a guy here per meal. So I'm going to do about 4 eggs for me. And we're going to kind of go from there, mixing it up. And I'm just going to show you how I kind of pound it out, all the good stuff. I'm going to use a little bit of milk. Actually, I have a shell in there, so get rid of him. A little bit of milk in there. And we're going to whisk it up. So Seth Vision will zoom in here real quick. Kind of get this all busted up real good. Kind of mix our mixture. Now, you can make it as wet as you want to. I prefer a little bit of a dry mix. I don't like it to where it's just where it's almost impossible to get it off my hands. So pour a little bit more. And I started out with about 12 ounces of milk. It has instructions on it, so this isn't nothing crazy secret-wise. But I like meatloaf. A lot of guys do like meatloaf. They don't get meatloaf a lot unless they're home visiting or something like that. My wife makes a pretty good meatloaf. I've had it before. And mine ain't too bad. It has it's days. But anyway, so hopefully it'll be a good day today. So I'm going to go ahead and use, today I'm using ground chuck because it's on sale. And beef is a little bit high, about 1.5 pounds there. And then I'm going to use some ground turkey. Cutting it over, dumping it in. And it's going to take about, if you put it on about 350, 400, depending on your grill. Should have a dull knife next time. It should take about an hour, give or take. And then I'll tell you how we're going to do that second. So all we got left is this piece right here, a little bit of breadcrumbs. I'm going to go ahead and mix it up first. If you don't like good cold meat, this is probably not the recipe for you. Like I said, you just want to mix it up real good. Now the good thing about it is it's still kind of moist. You can kind of see that. So that's what we're going to put in the breadcrumbs, and it kind of dries it out a little bit. I just poured that in there. I really have no earthly idea how much I use. Right now it looks like about 8 ounces is in there. But I'm going to get it good mixed up first while it's still kind of moist. It's easy to mix. We can get all our seasoning everywhere. Get the eggs all mixed in, like so. And then, like I said, we ain't got to worry about contaminating no more. So I'm going to sprinkle a little bit in. And we'll go back to mixing again. Now you can use more, and like I said, I may have to put a little bit more in here in a minute. You can see it went kind of from soupy, more. It's got a little less thickness in it now. You don't want it super thick because you like it to be pliable. Some people do it, make it too dry, and when you cook it, it gets really just not good. I just don't like it that way. So we do it this way. I've done this before with using just regular style, like just regular loaf of bread. You just pull the ends off and you kind of wet it and mash it in there, and that's good. Some people use crackers. I'm not real big on the crackers because if you don't get them all shredded up, it kind of looks like you're cooking a dinosaur, Seth, and that's just not good. I don't like look like a dinosaur been cooked because you got pieces of cracker hanging out. Looks like a poor T-Rex that died. But we're gonna sprinkle a little bit more. I think it's gonna look pretty good. What you think, Seth? You just nod. Yes. Seth's not allowed to talk. You know, Claude to get upset at him taking over his spot. But so mixing it up good. That's actually a really good consistency. We like it. And we'll kind of go from there, mix it up just for another second or two. Today with this, we're having just roasted red potatoes. So I've got those, they're boiling here in a few minutes. And I'm gonna let Seth kind of zoom out real quick, back out just a second. And we'll kind of go from there. And so if you see, it turned a lot different as the bread drums kind of sucked all that moisture up. I end up using probably about 8 ounces of my milk. I'm gonna take that. I don't really pan mine out on anything. Don't pack it out enough, and I just put it straight into this. All right, here. Now, on this, you can cook it. You know, some people will say it's kind of high and stuff like that. I like to do mine level and then leave about a ½ an inch all the way around for the grease to have somewhere to go that cooks out of this. And I will my last 5 minutes. I do like to do my last 5 minutes. I like to actually, if I can, I'll remove this and put it in another pan and get it out of the whatever it's cooking, the grease it's cooking in. So, almost there. I want to make it even so that way it cooks even. Seth never had my meatloaf before, so I'm trying to make a good impression here. We don't want him to. We don't want much eligible bachelor in Tuscaloosa to be upset. Can't have that. What would the ladies think, Seth? I mean, what would they think? They don't even know. That's right. So, all right. So that's what she looks like. So we kind of get done. We'll do some little BSI to see how I can get this off without hurting myself here. All right, so what we'll do is I'll leave that in there. I'm gonna put it in the oven for about 55 minutes. And then what I like to do with about the last 5 to 7, I like to make like a little glaze. You don't want to do that early. If you do that too early, it will actually burn the sugar out of what we're using. So I just use ketchup and barbecue sauce, and I'll mix it up real good. Last 5 minutes, I'll coat it like you're doing a cake. I'll slide it back in there just to kind of gel it up a little bit, and it's great. We'll leave it uncovered like this. My magic oven is broke today, so what I'll end up doing for you is I'll just cut it up and show you a good slice of it, a good picture of it when it's done and what it's supposed to look like. Or I may do a video. We'll just see how our day looks. Anyway, it's ready to go. The oven is set, and I put on about 375 in this oven, about an hour. So we'll stick it in there. Potatoes are cooking kind of low. I got some field peas with snaps. I'm going to use my timer. So we're going to hit that, and we're ready to go. So anyway, breadcrumbs, a little bit of milk, and all the good stuff, some eggs. You got yourself a meatloaf. So what we'll do, if you want to, we'll pop back in probably a little while. I'll show you what it looks like. And if you got any questions, comments, anything, post them up. I'll read it. And like I said, Rancancook 2020. So we will continue to do well. I thank Seth, my filling in for Claude today. Claude's off today. So, you know, the angle is definitely different. You're used to it being up there. Now it's kind of more local here. And we'll see you guys later. Thank you. I appreciate it.